Hi, I'm Nando Raynolds, and today we're going to be talking about subpersonalities. So, it's really important, this is a really important concept, and one that I'm hoping it will help you understand yourself a little bit better, and therefore make wiser choices and have a better time in general in your life. So, it can be really helpful to think of yourself as being composed of a number of different subpersonalities. And this kind of experience shows up often for people when they are faced with a difficult decision and they have a part of them that wants to do this and another part of them that wants to do that, and they can really perceive that they have a variety of different opinions about this particular choice. That my experience with people and myself is that that's really the normal situation, that most people most of the time have a very complex internal universe, and that they are often they have different parts of them that have very different opinions about what the best way to proceed is. Now, I think about these different parts as being team players, and I like to think about the metaphor of like an inner soccer team. So you think about yourself as having one ball, which is what you're actually doing, where your attention is going, how your activity is going, and so you have an internal soccer team. There's one ball, and each of the players is a ball hog. So if one player gets the ball, they sort of run with it, and unfortunately, these different players, they all have the same goal in that they all want to be happy, but they have different goals in that they have different ideas about how to achieve happiness. For example, you can have a situation where one part of you decides that you're going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and start that new exercise program, and then 6 o'clock rolls around and another part of you decides to hit the snooze button and stay in the nice cozy bed. That's a really common experience for people, where they have one part of them that thinks, oh, this would be a good idea, and then when it comes around to actually following through, there's this other part of them that shows up that says, well, I don't think that would really be so fun. So this is a way that these subpersonalities show up very commonly for different people. And if we again go back to the idea of that internal team, so if I've got an internal team, what most people do is they make a decision from one of their team players, and they don't make a decision as a team. And it can be really helpful to think about it yourself in that way, and to think about how, okay, there's a certain level of authority that is, these are the team players, and then there's another level of authority that's available to you, which would be the team captain. And the team captain has two jobs. One job is to make sure that all of the team players are heard with respect, and the second job is to make sure that productive action is taken. So, for instance, if we go back to our example of starting that exercise program, it would be helpful if that person had listened to all of their team players, because then they would have seen that there was a team player who wanted to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and start that exercise program, and another team player that was interested in staying in the nice cozy bed. So a solution would have to incorporate all of the goals of all the stakeholders in that particular situation. Make sense? So to think about yourself in those terms as being a complex person, you have a whole bunch of team players. They all have the same goal, which is to be happy, but they have different ideas about how to achieve that happiness. And it would be really helpful if, when you're going about making your decisions, if you consulted all of these team players from the team captain position, which is making sure that everybody is heard with respect, and making sure that their positions are factored into the final plan of action. Okay? So I hope that this is a helpful idea. I hope you put it to work in your life, and I look forward to talking with you next time. Bye for now.